Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Gene.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, September 20th, 2024. So, on what I hope is a lucky Friday, did you do the crossword?
Was a lucky Friday, and yes, I did.
What made was the crossword lucky? Or were you lucky doing the crossword? Or was any luck involved?
I think I was lucky doing the crossword because the two of the longest clues, one on the right side and one on the left, I knew the answer. It fit in perfectly. I was just like, I cannot believe this. But yeah, it ran the length of the puzzle, and I got it right away.
So talking...
It certainly helped.
Uh-huh.
It certainly helped fill in the rest of the grid. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So I presume you're talking about one down, part of the Detroit Lions schedule since 1934.
Yes. Yes. I didn't know that they had always played on Thanksgiving Day since 1934, but since I was a youngster, I know they always played on Thanksgiving Day because the women of my family would be in the kitchen cooking. The men of my family would be watching the Detroit Lions. So
I see.
So.
Well,
yeah, I knew that one, and then I knew pen down, a lot to like. That was prime real estate.
You just knew that off the top of your head.
Well, I had the P because I knew 7 across, 4-year-old in pigtails. I knew that was Peppa Pig. So I thought, I bet it's prime real estate, and yes, it was. So.
Huh. I'm impressed.
But that just shows you that sometimes on these really hard puzzles, if you know a couple of them, it just helps you fill out the rest pretty quickly. If you don't know it, you're stuck. You're just stuck. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
Just chip away at it, and hopefully you'll get it done.
That's what I did. According to the computer, it took me 22 hours and 10 minutes, although I think that's a slight exaggeration. Once again, it didn't keep track, but I was doing it in Michigan, and the crosswords are slightly more difficult in Michigan than they are in Wisconsin.
No kidding.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently Joel Fagliano edits them especially to be difficult for Michiganians.
What you got against Michigan?
Now I don't know what people from Michigan are called. Michiganians? Michiganites? I don't know if we have any listeners from Michigan. Michigonians? Michiganese? Anywho.
I have some friends who are from Michigan. I will ask them.
Yes, ask them what they call themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know 10 down, a lot to like prime real estate, and it took me a while to get Peppa, because I vaguely remembered, I think I had 7 down first, lawbreakers informally, so I knew it started with a P, and I decided it was like Pesa, and then realized, because 11 down, ancient civilization doomed by greed in myth, I put down Atlantis, and then was having trouble getting traction anywhere, and thought maybe it was because there was all that water around, so I removed Atlantis, but I kept going back and forth with it. Eventually decided it belonged there. But there were some hard clues in here, I think. There was like members of the family Passeridae. That was sparrows.
Right.
And I'm presuming
that one didn't come easy.
I'm assuming you knew the one above, 12 across, dog breed. Let me try that again. Dog breed with a blue-black tongue was a SHARPEI.
No, I did not know that.
But I bet you knew the name SHARPEI.
Oh, yes. When I got the E and the I at the end, I thought right away SHARPEI, yes.
I'm sorry, I thought you said the E, the I, and the...
No, just the E and the I at the end.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said at the end. I thought you said the E and the I and the N, and I'm like, there's no N in SHARPEI.
No.
Okay.
E and I.
Okay.
Yes. So, and the S of SHARPEI once again, we have a fake word, 12 down. What if, informally, suppose.
Spose, S-P-O-S-E.
Yes.
That one I put that down right away and never gave it up.
Well, good thing.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I actually got right off the top. 34 across wasn't too bad. That was option for a backpacker, hostel.
Right.
That took me a bit, but I got it without too much difficulty. And then 29
Right.
down, honor roll, e.g. was a list. I thought that was as close to a gimme as they come.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, now that I look at, in the cold light of day, these should have been a lot easier than I was finding them last night. But I like 30 across, windy flight, and that was actually a windy flight, and it was a spiral
Right.
staircase.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Yes.
And then,
Right.
Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say 35 across, apt name for a successful crypto investor, Eric or E. Rich.
E. Rich, yes. Uh-huh.
That was amusing.
I was going to say the S in spiral staircase crossed with 30 down, a whole thing.
Right.
And it was shebang.
A whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I got that immediately. So
Oh, did you?
that was one of the gimmies for me. So I didn't know 38 down. Exams with a highest possible score of 28 or of 528 for short, and that was MCATs.
Right.
I think I put down LSATs to start, but I thought that might have been 800. Or maybe that's SATs. Don't SATs go up to 800?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, I really don't know. I did not know 23 down, kind of diet high in omega-3 fatty acids, and that was pescatarian.
Pescatarian, yes.
Yeah, and I had 29 across, crossed that, where the S was, and it was flip. And I had love it. When you flip for something, it's like, oh, I love it. But it turned out to be lose it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I solved the puzzle and it didn't solve. And I finally figured out, oh, I had pescatarian. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. But I had heard of pescatarian.
Yes.
So, and flip can also mean lose it, like go crazy.
Right.
You lose your cool. So.
And that's how I read it. So I got that one. Let's see. 25 across, reunion attendee was an ant.
Right. I put alum, but of course it didn't work.
Well, it was funny because 22 down that ran into the U of ant was lines on a ski map was runs.
Yes.
I also decided I needed runs for 4 down, market events for short. Like you can have like a run of positive days or something like that, I thought. But so I had runs in 2 places, and I thought one of these runs has to go. And so I chose 4 down. Market events for short turned out to be IPOs.
Yes.
And, that first clue, philosophy influenced by Aristotle's concept of the unmoved mover. I read that and thought, I'll just move on philosophically to the next question, because I had no idea, but it was theism.
I put Taoism.
Oh.
Because it fit. I had no idea what the answer was. But that then, of course, helped me with the Thanksgiving Day from 1 down, because I had a T there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and I had the M for the other long clue that went all the way down, which was 6 down, failing to get it. And the answer to that was missing the point.
Yes.
So I had the ISM and the T for all those downs, and those certainly helped. And then I realized it was theism, not Taoism.
Right. So, well, I was certainly missing the point for quite a while. But
that took a while for me. I mean, I had the M, and so I thought it was miss, because I had a couple of the S's there, but Yeah, but getting the rest of that was a little bit of a challenge.
Well, for me, part of my difficulty was I didn't know 50 across. John in Milan. I wanted it to be Giovanni.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure who Giovanni is, but apparently that's not John because it was just Gianni.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So, and then we had, in that general area, we had, 47 down kind of test that's impossible to study for DNA.
Right.
That wasn't too bad. And then we had 42 down. Ticket picker was a voter.
Right. Yeah, that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
41 down was kind of a interesting clue.
Mm-hmm.
Plural form decried by staunch Star Wars fans.
Absolutely.
And it was Jedis.
Yes.
Why do they decry Jedis?
Because it's the Jedi. The plural of Jedi is Jedi.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I will now put my lightsaber away and continue talking.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm.
Well,
they say Jedi Knights, right?
Well, yeah, but they don't say Jedi. They don't say the rise of the Jedis, or
right. No.
They use Jedi as a collective noun.
Mm-hmm. Return of the Jedi.
Right. No, did you just put an S on that?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Return of the Jedis. I was about to chastise you.
No, it's just Return of the Jedi. I know that.
Correct. Good. Whew. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to wherever it is that Disney has a Jedi ride attraction now.
Mm.
But I liked 51 across. Unwelcome sight in musical chairs. It was no seats.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
At one time, with all the trouble I was having, I decided it was no oboes. And I wasn't sure why that was really a problem, but it fitted. And I thought, oh no, there are no oboes. But anyways, it turned out to be no seats. So I had to rework most of that. 53 across, of course, I had no idea. Actress Bella of Disney's Shake It Up was Thorn.
Mm-hmm. Thorn, yes. Mm-hmm.
At least,
another kind of puzzling one for me was 33 across. Lays waste to. Havocs.
Yes.
I always think of havoc as a noun, but here it's sort of used as a verb, so you can havoc something.
I was stunned by that.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. But apparently it is, according to dictionary.com, it can be used with an object. And although the Oxford Learner's Dictionary just qualifies it as a noun, so I don't know, maybe this falls in the same realm as spose.
Mm-hmm.
We may have to, let's see, I'm looking at the Collins Dictionary, and they certainly use it a lot as a noun. Havoc is great disorder and confusion. Rioters caused havoc in the center of the town. And
wreak havoc.
Right. So, but again, that's as a noun. As a transitive verb, they've got it havoc or havocing. In American English, they give examples: to work havoc upon or devastate, so that as a transitive verb. As an intransitive verb, to work havoc. And they give us an example: the fire havocked throughout the house.
Oh.
So I guess, again, just the fact that it is present here in the New York Times crossword grid tells me it's got to be true.
Yep, that's true.
I have a lot of faith in the New York Times crossword.
Uh-huh. Well, good.
All right. Well, I think that is probably it for today.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Is Saturday going to be a toughie?
I bet it'll be very tough for me since this one was so easy for me. So,
right.
It's a rare thing where you get two of the longest clues right away.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough.
Well, we will find out and be back to talk about that crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.